Hi there and welcome aboard my spaceship, the RowAlong. I'm so glad you could join my crew as we deliver a package to the other side of the galaxy. Now we need to prep our ship today, and as this is a dual engine system, that means I need you to prep your system too. Now we start off by setting our fuel gauge. That's the lever on the side of a Concept 2 controller. You may know where to set that lever already. If you don't know anything about where to set your fuel supply, then please set it between 4 and 5. However, if you are under the age of 16, then I recommend going down to 3 or lower, because you do not want to burn out your fuel system and damage your hull. If you're not rowing with a Concept 2 controller, then just set the weight, the feel of your system, so that you get a nice feeling from the stroke, but you don't have to heave really heavily on it. Next up, if you're able to set your navigraph height to eyeline, then please do, because it's important to see where you're going and how fast you are going. And finally, you need to make sure that you are comfortable in your spaceship, so you can adjust your foot stretcher height so that you're able to get in and out of your controller nice and comfortably. A good recommendation for this is that the foot strap covers the bottom lace of your shoe, or it covers the balls of your feet. Now, my spaceship is good, however, it does take her a while to get warmed up, so we're going to have to get those engines started, and we have to do that in unison, otherwise things won't go nice and smooth. So I need you to follow me as I row through the next few minutes, and then we'll do a little bit of engine tuning to make sure we are ready for blast off, okay? So we're going to start off at a relatively slow stroke rate, round about 20 strokes per minute, and I don't want you to push too hard. Remember, I have to get my spaceship started from a nice slow point. So put in a little bit of a push from your feet at first, and then we'll gradually build up. Are you okay? Right, so let's start in 3, 2, 1. So just push lightly with your feet into the foot plates, and you'll hear the engines start to move. Now, my spaceship needs things to go smoothly into the engine for her to be able to travel fast. So that means getting the power from your feet into your hands and into the handle of your rowing controller. And you do that by pushing your feet into the foot plates at the same time the handle connects to your machine. In my case, that means the flywheel at the front, that as I push with my feet, the handle picks up that flywheel. But you might be on a water rower or something else, but the point is the same. Push with your feet as the handle connects. Now keep this relatively low effort, but now start to think about your body position, because this is how the power goes into the engines. If you have a forwards tilt towards the front of your machine and your arms straight as you push, then that power goes into your engine. So push with those feet and the power gets in there, and we're getting warmer and warmer. I can see all of the fuel gauges are up at full. The power system is close to ready, but the efficiency system is still not right. So we're going to need to spend a couple of minutes working on our body positions to make sure the power goes in nice and quick. So let's take one foot out of the stretchers and put it on the ground and continue rowing. Now this will help with that leg push to get the power into the engines. You push with straight arms and a forwards tilt, and that way the engines work a lot better. I can see the gauges improving on the left engine, so let's swap feet and let's see if we can get engine 2 doing the same. So push with that leg that's in. Make sure to keep those arms straight as you start that leg push. So push from the legs, and you only pull to a finish at the back. Okay, we're almost there. We've got a little bit more work to do There's still something not quite right. So put both feet back into your foot straps, get your legs nice and straight, and row with your back and arms. And this is going to just help the fuel pump as you swing over your back and then pull in your arms. And when you get it right, you swing over your back, all that power goes in really well, and then you finish off with a pull of your arms, and then out with the arms, then back over into that swing again. One more here, and we've got one last thing to do, and that is with arms straight and a forwards tilt, just push out from the front. So just push, hold the arms straight and a forwards tilt, and then when you push those legs out, I can see the last little drips of additive into the fuel tanks are being put in to make sure that the entire system is ready to launch into space. One more here. Okay, so I need to spend a minute or so planning our coordinates, plugging them into the navigraph so that we can fly to the other end of the galaxy, have a quick drink, and keep on just moving up and down on your rail, and I will see you once I've programmed my computer. Before we get started on today's journey, a brief reminder on how to control the engines in the RowAlong. Remember, the power comes from the legs. Keep a forwards lean with straight arms and push with the legs. Then when your legs are halfway through that push, that is when you swing over your back and then you pull in your arms. To recover to the front of the machine again, arms away, tilt forwards over your back, bend your knees, and you will slide to the front of the machine ready for the next stroke. So remember, legs, body, arms, arms, body, legs at all times. Okay, I've entered everything into my computer and it says that it's going to take us 10 minutes to get to the other end of the galaxy. That's how fast my spaceship is. Now we have to get ourselves launched into space, and that means building up the pressure of the engines to then whoosh, send us up into the air. So when I count down, what we're going to do is we're going to start at the same pace that we finished that warm-up at, and then we're going to go a little bit faster still, and a little bit faster still. And at the end of that first minute, we should have generated enough power to be able to blast ourselves off into space. Again, this is a dual engine system, so I need you to follow me for stroke rate and to try and follow as closely as possible when I tell you to go faster or to go slower, okay? So you ready? Are you all strapped in? You've made sure to have a drink to go on this journey because there is no food and drink allowed to be consumed in my spaceship, okay? So you're ready for blast off. Like I say, we're going to do this in 15-second chunks, and then once we're up in the air, we can then hit cruise speed, okay? So, you ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's build up those engines. We're going to start off at around about 20 strokes a minute. Same again. Just push in some power from the legs. Maybe a little bit faster than you were using when you were warming up the engines. Now I want you to increase that stroke rate up to 24 strokes per minute. The engines are starting to bubble. You can see the steam coming out from the bottom of them. Now increase up a little bit more, getting closer to 28 strokes a minute. Each time you increase your stroke rate, you should see your speed increase. And now let's go, let's get that last charge, the last blast. I can see everything prepared. The engines are shaking as they're ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. Now let's go back to that cruising speed, 20 strokes per minute. This should feel nice and gentle. You're pushing in some power to the machine. You can feel your heart rate has climbed, your breathing has increased, but it doesn't feel like you're working very hard. You're just flying the ship, getting it out of the Earth's gravity, Now we've got to get ready to hit hyperdrive. So in 10 seconds time, we're going to sprint for 15 seconds. So let's take one more stroke. And let's see how fast you can go while keeping your efficiency of your technique so that the ship can fly in a straight line. One more here. Well done. Let's go back to cruising speed. 20 strokes a minute. And a good, solid push from the legs, but not so much that you're burning through the fuel tanks in this system. Right. We're gonna have to go again. You ready? We're gonna go hyperdrive again. 15 seconds coming up. Let's sprint. Get that hyperdrive nice and fast. You have to make sure to get past these planets. One more. There we go. Well done. It's important to make sure we clear the planets that are in front of us so that we can escape their gravitational pull. You don't want to be caught in the gravity of one of the planets. Oh no, I see a moon in front of us. We're going to have to try and get past it. Let's take that stroke rate up to 24 strokes a minute from now. I will do this for 30 seconds. Just see how the ship travels faster as you increase your stroke rate, and we will break the pull of the moon that's trying to suck us down onto its surface. Last one here. Oh, we've just made it. Back to cruising speed. 20 strokes a minute. And a slightly easier effort. Oh no, it never stops. I'd read about an asteroid field being near here, but I must be using an old map. Right, we're gonna have to go 24 strokes for a whole minute. Here we go. So take that stroke rate up to 24. Make sure you're going 3 or 4 seconds faster than your cruising speed. This way we can navigate through, and our shields will be powered strong enough that even if an asteroid does come close to us, it'll just bounce off our shields. The good thing is, we're more than halfway through our journey now. Got just over 4 minutes to go. Okay, 2 more strokes and we're out of the asteroid field. Well done. Let's cruise again. My Navi watch keeps beeping at me. So let the spaceship just calm down a little bit. If I work her too hard, she'll tire out too quickly. She'll run out of fuel, and then there'll be no end of trouble. Things might start falling off her, and we don't want that. So you have to make sure and hit this cruise recovery pace properly when it's time to do it. Oh no! Space pirates! Is this ever going to stop? Right, we're going to have to sprint away from them. You ready? 15 seconds. Sprint. Oh, they're right on our tail. I can see one of them. He's shaking his fist at us. He wants the package. It's mine. Stay away. I have to deliver it. Okay, let's cruise. See if we've lost them. I think we have. Oh no, they were to our left. I can see them again. Maybe we're best to go up to 24 again. Shall we try that? Let's go 24 strokes a minute. Let's see if power pace is enough to keep them away from us. Maybe they don't have the control over their engines that we have. I can see them drifting backwards. Maybe this is the plan. Okay, 2 more here, and then we'll stop and look in our mirror. They're definitely drifting away. That's it. I think we've lost them. Oh no, here they are again. We're so close to the planet. Maybe if we just sprint for another 15 seconds, we'll finally lose them. We're so close. You ready? Let's sprint. So last bit, let's see if we can just go fast enough so they can't keep up with us. And then we can enter the atmosphere of the planet. Last one. There we go. We're in the atmosphere. They can't see us. Right. So now we need to do what we did for takeoff, for landing, to get the braking thrusters to work. So keep the stroke rate, but a little bit more power. So more power at 20 strokes a minute than you were at cruising speed. Get those braking thrusters activated. Now increase to 24. We're getting close to Earth. You can see it coming. We have to make sure we don't end up like pancakes on the surface of the planet. A little bit faster again. I can see the buildings below me. Can't quite see the landing pad yet. Once I do, we'll need to sprint. There it is. Come on, sprint for 15 seconds. Push with the legs, arms straight. Forwards tilt. Get that power into the engine. Last stroke. Push. Touchdown. That's it. We made it. Now that was a bit of a scary ride, wasn't it? Between asteroids and a moon and then the space pirates at the end. Oh. Okay, so the last thing to do is I have to try and find out, I'll go to my map to try and find out where we need to go next in order to deliver the package. Okay, now I've got my anti-speed bikes out that we can load our rowing controllers into, and they're called anti-speed because the more you cool down, the faster they go. Okay, so we'll climb into our anti-speed bikes and we're going to row for 2 minutes at 20 strokes per minute at a nice gentle effort to let our bodies cool down but transfer that power into our anti-speed bikes. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. So these anti-speed bikes are really clever in that the more you cool down and the more controlled you are, the faster we will get there to deliver the package. And after a journey like today's with space pirates and all that kind of stuff, we face a lot of danger, so we want to get there as fast as possible before something else comes in our way. So keep that effort nice and steady, enough of a push from your feet that you know you're connecting and generating some power, but also your heart rate, your breathing rate should all start to come under control. Oh, I can see one of the bikes is beginning to stutter. Is that because one of us isn't being quite as efficient? So remember, slide forwards, push with the legs into your machine. Make sure your arms are straight. You don't want to pull from the front. Keep them nice and straight. And then have that forwards tilt at the same time. Push with your feet. And then when your legs are halfway, that's when you swing over your back and pull in your arms. And that's how you get the efficiency in for the engine of my Spaceship and for these anti-speed bikes. We're almost there. We're through the gates of the city. One last stroke and we're into the drop-off zone and we can deliver the package. Thank you so much for your help today. I couldn't have done this without you. I do hope that you can join me again on another flight, or maybe you can join one of my colleagues when they go through one of their travels too. In the meantime, I do hope you can find your own way home. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you again sometime. Bye bye.